Hello? Are we live?
Hi.
I don't know if we're live yet. Hang on. This isn't. Stand by.
I've just got some kind of notification.
I think we're live. How are we all doing, folks? Right, there's a few technical glitches, as you can imagine. We are in a hotel reception trying to get the Wi-Fi. Let me mute this.
In a hotel which is locked in the Soviet era.
Yeah, it is. It's. Yeah. Alright, we're down in the reception of the hotel trying to get a little bit of Wi-Fi. So if this is hanging, sorry. Let's get the chat all right. Okay. Hey, Motivation, how you doing, bud? You alright? Good to see you. Yeah, so we're just trying to wire everything up as we speak. Andy
Got the
will be
techies on
here.
it.
Yeah, the technical section's here.
He's in the mirror there. You can't see him. I'm a vampire. I'm a bloody vampire.
And we've got some beers too, so yeah, all good, all good.
That can't work.
And we've got 15 people watching at the moment. Hello, folks. How are you? Andrew, how you doing, bud? You all right? Right, we've got some questions that you sent through during the week, but if you want to add some more questions, just fire away and we'll get to them as soon as we can. All right, things get a little bit hectic sometimes with all the different questions coming up, but we'll see what we can do. Right, where is the chat? 22 people. Hello, folks. How you all doing?
Everybody,
Someone say hello, and then we know if you're all there.
please, we need it.
Mick, how you doing, Mick?
Evening,
You all right?
Mick. Cheers.
Evening, Mick.
Prost. As they say.
What you said. So, Spirit, how you doing, bud? You okay?
Everybody.
Oh, is this hung again? What's going on? Are we back? We're back. Happy days.
I'm just trying to hook myself in. Granddad's trying to keep up.
I'll tell you what, I'll switch this one off then, and that won't. Yeah, that'll do. Right.
Oh, look, we've got a bit of a delay.
Yeah, there is a wee bit of a delay.
Right, Matt?
Hi, Matt, how's it going? So yeah, if you didn't know, I'm over here in Germany meeting him. And we've been out for a ride today, haven't we?
We have. And it was, to be honest, it was a lot better than we really deserved.
Yeah.
The weather has been, I mean, some of you probably know my reputation as being Lord of the Rain. The Rain, not Lorraine. She wasn't here. Sadly, she
The
had
wives
other
are
plans.
watching this.
And the sun came out. Not only did the sun come out, but we had no rain whatsoever.
And it hit double figures.
13, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was snowing yesterday, and apparently it's snowing tomorrow. But yeah, we had a good day, didn't we?
Yeah, oh, it was a brilliant day.
So hopefully we can get some videos up for you
Next
on
couple
this
of
channel and Andy's channel. Hopefully by sort of next weekend, maybe-ish. You know what my editing's like, so it might be next month before it's live. But it's been a good day, enjoyed it.
And my editing, this is the guy who put out a summer tour series after he'd already started the next tour.
Nothing wrong with that. Right, well, I get to the questions then. What have we got here? Okay, question wise we have. Right, there's one. The bearded warriors are together. Whiskey. We did think about getting whiskey, didn't we?
Unfortunately, we only had little to choose from, so it was
Yeah.
the whiskey choice wasn't the highest shelf.
I want to do a week trip around the UK. Can you give me the top 5 points to hit en route, please? That's from Andrew Burwood. Well,
Snake Pass.
yeah, for me, you got to do the Peak District passes, so Snakes Pass, pop in, see Lady Bower Reservoir. That's where the dam busters practiced for their raids. Funnily enough, we're not far away from one of the actual targets here.
Yeah,
Which was
literally
fast to do.
10 miles away.
Yeah.
The Mona Zee.
That's the one. Wales, you got to do Wales. There's some great roads. Head up into northwest, up near Snowdon, and all the roads round about there. Some cracking roads. And then I would also suggest the North Coast 500 up in Scotland. If you're in the UK on a bike, you've got to go up and do that. It's best roads in the
In Scotland. No, I've never been. I've driven around Loch to Loch. Sorry. Yeah, never ridden a bike. thankfully, it was absolutely tossing it with rain when I was there.
Oh yeah. I've got your question here.
Yeah.
Why is riding in Germany compared to riding in the UK?
They seem to drink coffee and yeah, I don't know. It seems to be a bit slower because filtering isn't allowed. That's a bit of a
I didn't know that.
bit of a sticking point.
Yeah.
Other than that, to be honest, I don't really know. I couldn't honestly give you a really accurate answer, but I think the same things as we do. They just want to get out on their bikes, but the great thing is they've got a lot more roads to choose from and a lot less traffic to hold them up. So I'd say ultimately they do a lot more riding than we. 4 years now.
You think that the German drivers can be quite anti-bike and blocking
Definitely,
it.
yeah.
But I have seen that in the UK, and to me, I feel like German drivers are much more conscientious of the bikes because they seem to move. In my experience, they just move right out of the way and let you by.
Yeah. Was that on the motorway?
On the motorway, yeah.
Because the thing on the motorway, there's this thing called the Rettungsgasse, which is a rescue lane. And every time there's traffic, every car on the left-hand lane has to pull to the left and the middle lane has to pull to the right. And they create a rescue lane for the police and the ambulance to get past.
That's a great idea.
Well, we had a big hang there. We're about 10 minutes behind now.
Oh, are we?
Should we just sit still for 10 minutes till we catch up?
Oh, where's the doodah going? How'd you get the... There it is. Lagging a lot. Yeah, sorry, we're in hotel reception, so... Wales and Snowdonia are best in the UK, yeah. I think Scotland better, personally. Fantastic change. Cheers. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, you sent me a message about meeting up. I'd love to, mate. It would be really, really good. And you're heading to the UK soon as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be there 27th of May till June, and I'm really hoping to organise a bit of a moto cafe in the UK. June is going to be in the north, in the Peak District, that kind of area, and then the 3rd of June is going to be around South Lumi.
Missed them. That's a pain. I'm off to North Wales tomorrow. Nice one. If it stays dry, how you doing? Is that to Jeff? If we didn't most with travelling. What? When I'm travelling, I think I miss anything apart from my wife, obviously.
She's watching.
Yeah, she may well be. Just enjoy away, to be honest with you. I think if I'm away for any more than a couple of weeks, then yeah, you start to get quite homesick. But 90% of the stream is buffering, stream not working.
Maybe we should. Can we try something else?
I'm not sure. Well, some people are getting it. Dodgy Wi-Fi is revenge for bombing the dams. Alright, Percy, how you doing, Matt? You alright? He's a good lad, Matt. He's been following a long time. What else we got here? What about Pyrenees for trip?
Just in my square meterage to go and see it with some dry roads. That was amazing. The roads there were they're just fantastic.
Yeah, it's my favourite place, definitely. Pyrenees and Picos, just top dollar for the bike. How are we getting on? Still buffering? How is it, folks? Is it suffering badly with lagging, or is it better? Wait for the massive delay to see what's happening.
Things I thought maybe that's just blocking up the pipe.
You don't want to block the pipe.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Theme today, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, we're dropping people, so I think. Oh no, here we go.
Oh.
Where did you learn to ride, Andy? Your style.
Thank you very much, Jossie Catcliffe. Yeah, we've got our faces pre-pixelated.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, that's terrible. I don't have much luck with the old live streaming.
Are
we back? That looks better.
Oh, hello.
Awesome.
Marvellous. Yeah, so I just learnt to ride from riding and listening to people and picking up tips wherever I could and trying to ride with better riders. I mean, this guy's a bit quicker than I am, and it was a really good bit of a learning curve today to try and keep up and try and keep ahead on a bike that I'm not overly super used to. But you just have to push yourself a little bit every now and again, and a little bit at a time. Don't go crazy. You're not going to become Rossi overnight. You need to.
You were trying to go quicker to stay in front of me, and I was trying to catch you. So I'm planning my first trip this summer, but I'm a bit worried about leaving my bike alone at night in a parking lot or something. How do you cope with this? We discussed this.
Doesn't it, really?
Yeah, depends where you're talking about. And to be honest with you, it just doesn't. I don't worry about it. To be perfectly honest, I probably should, but I don't lock my bike up. I probably will start doing that now. I've said I don't lock my bike up. Somebody will nick it. You do, don't
There's
you?
no way they can tell where we are.
Well, we just told them. Yeah.
The Flying Yorkshireman's in there.
All right, girls. How you doing?
You're out, lad.
Hey, by girl. Is that Yorkshire?
It's all south of Scotland, isn't it?
They're all southerners. Fan meet. Where, when, and where? Cool. Well, you're going to do.
Yeah,
You're
well,
doing,
for me, 2nd and 3rd of June. More news to come when I figured out a route and a plan. But I'm basically going to do 2 loops around motor cafes in the UK. And Saturday is going to be around the north. Sunday is going to be around the south, and just going to try and take in 3 or 4 cafes, stop for half an hour, have a coffee, shake people's hands, and just say hello. So watch this space.
awesome. I wish I could. I'm away on a chicken strips tour, so I'm going to miss that. But that'll be a good crack. I'd love to do something like that. Right, let me look at some of these questions that we had through. Okay, what do you use to charge electrics on the go? That's from Ethan Hardwick on Facebook. Well, I've got obviously a 12-volt supply straight on the bike on the GS. It comes with it, so I just plug my USBs straight into that and go from there. What's that?
See that one? Andy, can you please translate Scottish to English?
Very good. Yeah, so I use the 12-volt feed on the bike.
Corner.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I've also got a little power pack.
I know that's bullshit.
Is it? And then you do as well. You've got a power pack as well, haven't you?
I've got this bad boy here. This is the Noco XGB12, which has got 12,000 milliamp hours of pure 5-volt energy.
What he said.
That bad boy it's kept everything going for this whole trip so far, and for all of my trips, to be honest.
And what about fan meets in Germany?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. It's not something I've considered because I don't know. Up to now, I've always imagined that most of the audience is in England, but obviously for me, a fan meet in Germany would be a fantastic idea because I live there. It's easier to get to, and I think the roads are a bit better over here as well.
Yeah, they are definitely. Yeah. Although today was just like. We'd get some beautiful stretches of road, and you'd just be getting into it, and you'd turn up in another town, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So it was another, 30 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour limit, and then you get out into another great big, great stretch of road, and then it'd be a little town. Just seemed to be constant. There was no real big expanse.
Yeah, it was a real kind of swimming through treacle sort of experience. You get a bit of a flow, and then bosh, 50 kilometres an hour. Yeah. And if you don't slow down, you'll be shot.
It was enjoyable. It's a nice place to ride, Germany. What else we got here? Right, after the round the world trip, the very recognisable look of the Jigsaw is kind of synonymous with TeapotOne. Now you've gone and changed bike times. Any thoughts or consideration of doing a similar livery on the Beamer? Yeah, I was contemplating doing a TeapotOne sort of livery on the GS, but I haven't really decided how I'd do it yet, to be honest. Plus it costs money, and I'm not doing overtime just now, so I'm trying to do a lot of work to the house, so I think the wife would kill me if I went and spanked and getting a bike painted up. But next year I'd probably look at doing something like that next year, I think.
Could you somehow graft the plastics from the jigsaw onto Helga like some kind of crazy Transformers costume.
You've not seen the jigsaw, have you? There's very little of the plastics left on the beast.
There's more memory than plastic.
Yeah. This is an interesting one we got through. When have you had to rely on gut instinct to avoid a tricky situation? And that's from Otto at Shield Wall MMA Instagram. Well, have you had to rely on gut instinct to avoid a tricky situation?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what level. Like we were talking about earlier on, actually, there's been so many times recently when your bike loses traction or you hit a slippery. Well, it's the same thing. Your bike loses traction when you hit a slippery patch or a really bumpy patch of road. I think after you've had a bit of experience, you learn just to chill out and let the bike do its thing. Just let it go crazy underneath you, and then 9 times out of 10, it's going to find its footing and carry on. And kind of that's the real. I don't know. It's almost like the complete opposite, in fact, because your gut instinct would be to grip on for dear life and try and fix it. You just have to chill out and let the bike fix it for you. Which I'd say, actually, to be honest, with biking, it's almost entirely ignoring your gut instinct, isn't it?
It is. You just let the bike move. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you try and fight against it, you're going to end up in the ditch, unfortunately.
Here's one. When is Andy getting electricity in his garage? And that's from Chem599.
Oddly enough, I am in negotiations right now to hopefully get a new garage which will have electric door. I'll be able to shut it so that people can't see what I'm doing.
Showing off now. Next you'll be telling us it's got a roof.
That costs extra.
Another one for you. Andy, can you talk without using your hands? From Peter Cronin.
I can, but only when I've got a beer can in them.
Which is most of the time.
Yeah.
If either of you could go back in your content creating careers, would you do anything differently? And that's from Reese. I think for me, I started YouTube back in 2012, and I wish I'd made more of it, because I really didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know how to do video editing until I was on the trip. So I wish. How are we doing? You all right? How's it going? I wish I'd done more in the build up to the trip, and then tried to post videos rather than every sort of 6 weeks on my trip, do one weekly if I could have. Maybe not had them as long as they were and brought down in size and just posted more regularly. I think because with a trip like that, it should have generated a lot more interest than it did, and that's purely because I just didn't utilise the platform properly. What about you?
Well, it's going to sound a bit weak, but ultimately the same kind of thing. Just I wish from the beginning I'd made my videos shorter, more snappy, more regular. Just try and be a bit more, just a bit more punchy with what you do, and keep it. My videos at the beginning were quite rambly and they were a bit long, and also I wish I had done more, like you said, more of the background stuff, more of the prep for trips, more of the things that you don't see, the things that don't happen on the bike. And I haven't done a lot of that, and it's something that I wish I had done more of in the past. Yeah,
I think when you're first starting off, just get something up online. Whether you think it's rubbish or not, just get it up online and just post stuff to your channel, and sort of utilise your friends and your connections as much as you can to begin with, because out of loyalty to you, they'll watch the channel, and that will start triggering the YouTube algorithm, and you'll start getting some views, and then just through that, people will naturally start to drift to your channel. And as you improve in your editing and your content gets better, and maybe your creativity starts to develop as well, you'll just sort of find your own little style, your own little niche, and it'll go from there. It's not an overnight thing, is it?
No. And like anything, doing this is a skill, and by doing it, you'll get better. It's practice. You have to do it to get better at it. You're not going to nail it first time. If you do, I mean, some people have done. You're not going to nail it straight away. So you just need to put the time in. Just do it. Yeah. And by doing it, you'll get better. And every time you watch one of your own videos back, you'll think, I could have done that better. I could have done this better. That could have been just better. And it will get better.
You've got to enjoy it, because you're not you're not going to become an internet millionaire. Certainly not overnight. You know.
Have you not?
Well, sorry.
By the way, did you want to lift on my helicopter?
Yeah,
back
please,
so
if
that-
you don't mind. Yeah, and your Lambo that's
All
parked
right.
out there. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to do it because you enjoy doing it. Definitely, that's fundamentally that's got to be why you're doing it. It's just because you enjoy creating stuff. Because it takes a lot of effort and some pretty out the box thinking to start making any sort of coin out of this at all. Of which, you know, we aren't making that yet.
And any we did wait, we've pretty much we're in the red now from this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What else have we got here?
Hello, Ian. Glad you tuned in, mate.
Ian, how you doing?
A bit sad you nearly forgot. It should have been first on your list, to be honest.
Ian not gone all technical. Michael Clark. Hey guys, I'm Scottish. I might travel the world someday on my motorbike. It's a dream, and I'm looking forward to accomplishing it. You guys keep rocking. Michael, that's awesome, man. I hope you do. Just keep your dream on and just push forward. Make sure you do it. Jason McLibbock. TeapotOne. How long are staying in Germany? Is visiting the Nürburgring still on the table? Mate, I would love to, but I'm heading back to UK tomorrow. I've got to get back home and see his wife. So I've got to spend some of Easter weekend with her. Not unfortunately. Ooh, I didn't mean that. But I will definitely come back to the Nürburgring for sure. So we'll do that coffee, promise you.
I'll try and join in as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it, if we get down there. Flat Cat. Hi from Oldham. How you doing, Flat Cat?
Hi from Deutschland.
No worries, Motiventure. Just the answer to your question. No problem at all. There's
Evening,
Lanny.
Lanny.
How are you? You alright? What questions have we got here?
Oh. Andy, how is that Yamaha long trips? Just tried the S1000 XR and it's an amazing bike. Way too expensive for my budget. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm looking for something more powerful than my Versus 650. To be honest, I've found it absolutely fantastic. I mean, the only downside was today when we jumped on the autobahn on the motorway and Bruce, with his Bavarian beast, getting a nose for home and heading south, he absolutely rinsed it. And I'm pretty sure I saw 259 kilometers an hour on my clock, except I couldn't really tell because my whole head was shaking and my helmet was trying to get off the back of my head. The wind protection, it was absolutely awful, but the engine was as smooth as silk and it had more beans to give if I could have only held onto the handlebars.
It's incredible, isn't it?
I've found that bike fantastic.
Awesome. Michael Chase, your thoughts on 360-degree videos? I've thought about these actually. I was going to invest in one, but I just don't.
It's a bit of a magic bullet solution, isn't it? Because it means that you can see everything all of the time. But what that also means is it takes a little bit of the storytelling and the directorship. It sounds really wanky to say that, doesn't it? It takes away a little bit of the directorship of the auteur. But yeah, it means that suddenly the motovlogger himself isn't telling you the story. You're watching it and you kind of make. I mean, that's another positive. Perhaps you're making the story up yourself. You can look where you want. But in my personal experience, I tested a 360 camera for EasyPix, a German company, a while ago, and I put 360 videos alongside normal camera videos, and the 360 videos were far less popular, was what I found.
All right.
So they were really undersubscribed and not very much loved.
Yeah.
I mean, the quality was quite poor. I think maybe when the quality reaches a better level and with stabilization, so you don't want to be sick on your keyboard, they might be better. But I'm a bit 50-50 at the moment, to be honest.
And we were discussing 4K last night, weren't we? That, you know, everyone wants 4K cameras filming 4K, but it's a bit of a poisoned chalice because when it comes to editing, it's an utter pig.
Yeah.
Unless you've got this massive top-of-the-range, Mac Pro system or something like that, it really is memory intensive, and you spend most of your time sat there trying not to put your head through your computer. It's just infuriating. So I've sort of left 4K and gone back to just 1080 at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I've done exactly the same thing. I found the fact that the batteries die twice as quick, the memory card 4 times as quick.
Yeah.
It just makes the whole experience frustrating, and then you stop enjoying making videos because it's a real faff to get the stuff together.
Yeah. Poor picture quality, all fuzzy with hairy beavers.
No, that's us.
Yeah, that's just what we're like. I'm really sorry about the internet, folks. It's pretty atrocious in here.
Yeah, we're going to have to ask our Slack to pedal a bit faster. I think.
Oh,
Wait! Come on, step to it.
Right, what have we got here? A non-bite question. You both have beards. Any tips on beard grooming products? Mark Scott on Facebook. Well, Mark. It's got to be Beard Spunk, hasn't it? Surely, considering this is a sponsored beard now. I brought you a bottle of Beard
Have
Spunk.
you?
I have. I've totally forgot. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you can have some of my spunk for your
Marvellous.
beard.
I
No
can't
problem.
wait to get your spunk on my beard.
It's all right. Rub it in every morning. You'll love it. Beard oil. Beard oil. That is my number one tip. And somebody's coming in. Beard oil and a comb. That's my number one tip. Thoughts on the lack of nodders? Yeah, that's Steve. That's a big gripe of mine as well. There's not enough nodding going on in the UK. Seems okay in Germany. People put their hands
everybody
out, don't
waves.
they? Yeah.
We're wavers over here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We missed another one above that as well.
Yeah. What above this one?
Oh.
Hello. I both visiting the Black Forest for the first time in September. What is the best road to ride other than the B500? Well, who's that from? That's from Old Man Rides. Well, the B500, you got to remember, it's a big, massive road. A lot of people just do the top part, the top sort of 20, 30 miles, but there's a whole chunk. It goes for like 110 miles, I think, 120 miles, pretty much all the way down to the border on the south. And that bottom section is pretty good. It's fast in places, real fast.
Yeah, it's not until you get into the thick of the forest that it starts to become chocked up with traffic, and the same problem we had today. We talked about exactly that road today. It was very similar with there's a town every 5-10 kilometres, so you get into the swing of it and then there's a town. But like Bruce says, then when you get down to the south near, I love it because of what it's called, there's a lake called Titisee.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Which is down in the south near the B500, where around that area it is really good because the hills are up and down and left to right around the trees. It's really good. But I've only ever ridden the B500 in the Black Forest, but for what I've heard, you can't go wrong. If you're in the Black Forest, you can just randomly ping from side to side, up and down.
Pretty much.
You cannot go wrong. Yeah.
There's a road called the 28. It runs across the B500. Heads, go all the way to the French border, but it's called 28. That's the road number. It's a great road. A lot of fun on that as well. Really fun. Where else is a good one? Everywhere and anywhere really in Germany, to be honest with you. Get yourself outside of the city, look for anywhere that's got some sort of mountain or forest, and you're pretty much guaranteed good roads.
Yeah, and stay away from Hamburg. It's rubbish up there.
I'm staying in Feldberg, near that lake, I think.
Yeah, it's a great area, and the lake's really pretty as well, as Flatcap will tell you. He's been on an electric boat. No petrol.
Craig Shepherd, Bruce, did you get the Innov C5 camera system, and is it any good? Craig, I've got it. I tried to fit it for this trip, but the DVR module, the sort of hard drive that it records to, that's faulty, so I've had to send that back. But I'll give them their due. You know, Innov UK, they're a very new company. Innov is I think a Chinese company, but the UK importer, distributor, Steve, who set up Innov UK, he's been top notch. He spent a lot of time with me on the phone, trying to talk me through it, trying to sort the problem out. And I've got to give the bloke credit for that. So I've sent the old faulty DVR module back. I'll wait for the new one to turn up, get it connected all up, and providing it all works, I'll do a full test of it and see. We'll see. The quality looks good. From what it worked periodically on and off. Periodically on and off. Yeah, that as well. When it did work for a short time, the footage was really good. I was impressed with that. Right. What's this? Flat Cut. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, you mentioned him. Ian, Andy, what's the position with filming in Germany? Read it's illegal and frowned upon. What's your experience?
Yeah. Uh, If you ask your normal person in Germany, they'll tell you it's illegal. But I've tried personally to find the line of text in the law that says it's illegal, and it's all a bit of a grey area. The biggest problem, sadly, is that bikers do it, and I've seen bikers do it in front of the police, and the police don't really seem to care that much. The problem is the public care, and they take the law into their own hands, and they will. Not everybody, but I have seen it. The majority of times, people will try and actively block you from filtering. And I actually had an incident. I'm going to make another video in the future about the whole story, where basically I overtook a guy on the motorway, and to thank me for it, he rammed me with his car, which was really pleasurable. So yeah, I've come to the decision now that I don't know whether it's legal, I don't know whether it's not, but I am very reluctant to do it anymore, because it seems like it's not worth it, because it's quite dangerous, unfortunately. The way that people react to it, it's dangerous.
Yeah. The vast majority of the folk that I've experienced have moved out of the way, but those that haven't have actively tried to block the way. In fact, we had it
we
today.
saw that once today, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, it's an old dear driving the car, and she was pretty much over the central white line, leaving like a car width on her inside, going round this right-hand bend, because she was trying to block us. We ended up just going up the inside, disappearing, didn't we? But she was hollering, she was fuming. Oh,
That's the thing, that they care a little bit too much about bikers getting in front of them.
Yeah. What we got here? Teapot, can you do a review of the new Triumph Tiger 1200? As a former owner of one at GS now, I would really appreciate. Oh, blimey! I'd really appreciate your opinion on the bike. You guys are great. Keep on vlogging. Dweezil, thank you very much, man.
Thanks, Dweezil.
I'm hoping to get a shot of the Triumph 1200. I don't have connections with the manufacturers and stuff, so it'll be if I can get along to my local Triumph place and scadge a test ride of a 1200, then that's what I'll do. I'll definitely want to try one out. I'm hoping it's not as good as everyone says, because this is going to get really expensive. Minion Ninja, how you doing, bud? You all right? I've got one of your questions actually down here. Right, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'll do your question now, Ninian. Right, Ninian asked, if we could give 2 bits of advice each to a new motovlogger, what would they be?
What would they be?
Whoa, 2 bits of advice to a new motovlogger.
The biggest one, I think, is keep it snappy. Just keep it snappy. You need to be aware of the fact that the people watching your videos, their attention span, what was it you said, 7 seconds?
7 seconds, they think. In fact, I think they think it's even less than that now.
So you need to be thinking, if nothing's happening in a section of your video, for 7 seconds, you want to cut it and move to something happening, because it needs to be that snappy. You can't have dead time. Keep it moving.
Yeah. And I think another bit of advice would be watch as many other channels as you can, not just motovlogging, but people like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, Matty, Travel Fields it used to be called. There's another guy, Chris Howe. There's so many amazing YouTube channels out there now, and the cinematography, the photography skills they've got, the editing, it's just top notch. It's films, short little films that are online and available now to you, and that's the sort of competition that you've got. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you've got to do something different. There's no point in just sitting on a bike and talking rubbish for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because we've all done that, and
we did it today.
Exactly, and we're finding that you need something else. Especially when you're starting off, you need to do something else. You've got to find what is your particular niche, what is your style, what makes you different to the other people. So why would people watch you over me, or over Andy, or over Lamb Shops or TMF or something like that? So find what is going to be your niche, but as I said before, don't be afraid just to put out a video. Just get videos out there, just get content up on your channel.
And overall, when you find your niche, make sure that it doesn't involve you creating a character or pretending to be this persona on the screen, because the problem is once you've done that, you need to keep that up for the rest of your YouTubing career.
Yeah.
So if you can't just relaxedly be the person you're going to be on the camera all the time, then that's what you need to be doing. You need to be the same person all the time, so that you can keep it consistent. Because when you have to just act to be this thing that you've created, it's going to be exhausting, and it's eventually going to be exhausting to watch for your viewers, and they'll know.
Yeah. Well, I hope that answered it for you, Minion. What do we have here? Also, if you get into an accident, the insurance might not cover it. Oh, refiltering. Aye, that's right, Jason. Yeah,
I think that's the part of the police don't give a damn unless you cause an accident, and then when they when you cause an accident by filtering, then expect to have the book thrown at you hard.
Yeah. What we've got there? Headhunter, set of waterproofs or full-on Gore-Tex for touring. We chatted about that this morning, didn't we? I wear the Gore-Tex suit, the one that Wolf gave me, and you were wearing your leathers.
Yeah, I have leathers with my waterproofs bungeed onto the back seat. It's horses for courses, to be honest. It's what you like, it's what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I've got to say, I would wear leathers almost all the time. It's just I've put a little bit of timber on, and my leathers are a little bit too tight to be wearing at the moment. So I just wear the Gore-Tex suit for simplicity, really, to be honest with you. But I prefer riding in leathers. Where are we? Right, what's that say?
House of Grom.
House of Grom. Africa Twin. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I really like it. It's tall. It's talky. It's thumpy. To be honest, I want to reserve judgment though until I've had a go on one. I've never even swung a leg over one, so
yeah,
I haven't got too much to say. Yeah, I like the look of it. I like the idea of it, but no idea what they feel like.
Yeah, I'm kind of not the opposite. I've never ridden one, but I really don't like the look of it. And all the reviews I've seen say that it's more of an off-road focused bike. I hardly ever go off-road unless I muck a corner up. So for me, it's things like the KTM, the BMR and the Triumph. They're the ones that all are the leaders when it comes to road adventure bikes. And that's my market really at the moment. So, for me, they're the bikes that thank you. They're the bikes that I will try. Although, having said that, if I get the opportunity to try Africa Twin, I probably will. And, the way things go, I'll probably end up loving it. Because I never thought I would have the Triumph or the GS. What we got here? Blimey, we're well behind.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're well behind in the comments here. Come on, Bruce, you need to own another bike. Why not a Triumph? Graham, I had the Triumph 1200. I had that before the GS, but it was the build quality, mate. I had my Triumph for eight months, did 18,000 miles in the 8 months, and it was back to the dealership 6 times. Engine blew up, sensors fell off. It was made of cheese, and unfortunately, I had to get rid of it. I use my bike every day, just about, so I got rid of it. And I have to say, riding the GS compared to the Triumph, the GS wins hands down. But the new Triumph, that may well be a different kettle of fish. I'm looking forward to having a shot.
They've really stepped up with that, haven't they?
Yeah, much snappier. Triumph is traditionally just a lot heavier, top heavy, whereas the GS, all the weight's low down, so it's much more flickable. The new Triumph is supposed to be a lot sportier. Excuse me. Gone too far back.
There was one, Bruce, what do you think of German roads?
I love it. Yeah, I love the German roads. It's weird though, for me, the best roads for me are Spain. So northern Spain, just because the road quality, the surface quality, the lack of traffic, the lack of built up areas, and generally it's great weather all the time. And it's just a very relaxed atmosphere. There's hardly anyone there. Germany, I think they're much more sports bike orientated roads. I think they're faster. Yeah. Definitely faster. It's a tight, twisty hairpin. But They're not like the mountain twisty roads that you get in Spain. They're the ones I like at the moment. But when I had my Gixxer, I loved Germany because you can cane the arse off a sports bike, can't you, on these roads?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And which is it's dangerous because
Yeah.
before you even look down at your speedo, you're
Stupid
already
speed.
doubling the speed limit.
Oh, yeah,
Not that we
yeah,
did
yeah.
that today.
No,
but
of course not. Of course
it's
not.
possible.
Right, where are we? God, there's been a big flourish in comments. Bruce, as it's your last night in Germany, try apple corn chasers with your beer.
Do you mean Apfelkorn, Percy? Yeah, that's grotty stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was that? Oh, it was pussy.
Oh, it's like tequila, but
Mad.
far worse.
Matt, you're a bad man. Shush. David Smart name, like it. Wish I'd seen that you were meeting up on Phaser 1 tidy you could have given Andy. Oh, now he
Thanks
tells
very
us.
much, David. Well,
Thanks,
luckily,
bud. Cheers.
as it happens, I don't know whether this will make you happy or not. Kellerman have actually sent me their tail tidy to put on, so I get to have a real tail tidy, not one I made myself. I can be a real grown-up.
Everyone keeps giving him stuff. How did you do this?
How could you not give this face?
Exactly. Well, I'm giving you my beard spunk.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Oh,
The
blimey.
trend continues.
The trend continues, Minion. Great info, re-snappiness, and other folk to watch. Wonder what my niche will be. Hopefully doing some of that may encourage an increase in subs.
I think it will. As soon as
Yeah.
you stand out, and as soon as you make your videos punchy and engaging, then you can't help but have people come along to watch.
And I know it's rich coming from us because we're sat here with fairly healthy followings on the channel and stuff. And we were discussing this last night. You do sort of come social media whores, basically. Yeah, you're constantly looking to see how many subscribers you've got, how many likes and views you've got, but it's not the be all and end all. It really isn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as the people that are watching it, as long as they're enjoying it, what is there really? You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting into this purely to build up a following and to sort of make yourself a star, if you like, you're in the wrong game.
There's probably easier ways.
Definitely, much easier ways. It's hard work, it's hard graft, so you've got to enjoy doing it, and there's not a financial reward really, unless you're very, very lucky. There isn't a financial reward, so you've got to enjoy doing it purely for the love of doing it, to enjoy making content or coming out and meeting people. It opens the doors to go and meet people in different places. I got a trip to Morocco purely out of the social media side of things. I've come and met Andy over here. You've had a chance to go meet various people and do various things. So that side of stuff's great. It really is good. But don't go in it specifically to try and become this big star. You may well be one, but it's hard work.
Yeah, and if you're doing it just to become the star, then I think I can almost guarantee you're going to stop enjoying it a lot sooner.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to become work rather than a hobby that you passionately spend all of your time on.
Yeah. What we got here? Old Man Rides TP, just moving to the GS Dark Side on Friday. What is the first Farkle to buy? That's a very GS expression, Farkle. First thing I would do, if you can afford it, get a new set of tyres put on it, because it'll probably come with the Metzler Tourance next, or the Michelin. What's the sort of semi-off-road road tyres? Anarchies. It'll probably come with them. They're not bad tyres, they're certainly great all-round tyres, but if you're a spirited rider and you enjoy getting up a bit of speed, cornering hard, then when you put road tyres onto it, like the Metzler Road Tech 01s, the Dunlop Smart 3s, I think you can get Bridgestone T31s for it. If you put the road tyres on there, it transforms the bike, absolutely transforms it. Second thing I'd do is quite an expensive one, get yourself to Hilltop and let them work their magic. They'll sort out the fueling, they'll give you a bit extra power, it transforms the bike. And if you've not got them, radiator guards. That's the first thing. Get radiator guards because they're made of cheese. And if you haven't got a radiator guard on them, if you puncture the radiator, 2 radiators as well. If you don't protect them, they will get punctured fairly easily. Right.
Getting further behind.
God,
here.
I know. Yeah. Blimey.
Oh, no, we missed one. Hang on. There's another one
from Minion.
Another one above that, even about beer.
Minion, another question for you. How long should I keep applying the cream for before going back to the clinic?
I think until the rash is gone.
Yeah.
Definitely until the rash is gone. Or the cream runs out and then you're just going to need more cream.
There's a mum joke there, but I'll not say it because I don't really know you. So, right. I'm a real ale fan. What German beer should I drink? That's you. That's your kettle of fish.
I would say, as a real ale fan, you want to go for a Dunkles Weizen. Yeah. Which is basically a dark wheat beer. That's the good shit. My favourite is, I told Bruce about this yesterday, is Paulaner Salvator, which is a Doppelbock, which means it has extra strength, and that shizzle has about, I think it's 7 or 7.9%. So you can tell the missus you're just having one tonight and you'll be off your tits in minutes.
Like it. David Devine, will you keep Helga when the warranty runs out? Well, David, I've not got the greatest track record so far, have I? You know, I mean, I had Herman for, she was, nothing goes wrong with Helga and she's still running fine at the end of it, then yeah, I'll keep Helga. Depends if, you know, if another bike sort of tickles my danglies, then if I'm in a position to, then I would just trade her in and get the next one, but we'll see.
Such a floozy.
I am, yeah, I'm very fickle with bikes, it has to be said, but I've kind of got to grow up now. I'm a married man and, you know, other commitments, so money doesn't quite go as far as it did. Spain is amazing, yes, definitely. BMRTV, weather, what roads were you on with all that hail again? That was in the Picos. I can't remember. It was just north of Lyon, in northern Spain. It's the I say it in the video. It's actually in the video. If you go back and watch the vid, check the description out, and there's a link to the Reaver app. And I've linked the actual routes that I took are there. So just click them and you'll be able to deduce where it was. That's a big word, isn't it? After a couple of beers, deduce. Wish Yamaha would rework the Tanieri and get serious. Yeah, what are they doing with that? Do you know anything about that? Are they doing a remake of the bike?
I think they had a bit of a refresh, didn't they, with the Super Tanier, the 1200.
Yeah.
And the upshot of it was it just seemed like it was tired, refreshed technology. So it was heavy and it felt heavy to ride and it was underpowered and it just wasn't exciting enough to really to even be rubbing shoulders with the rest of the Yamaha range, which are all really exciting stuff at the moment.
Oh, what have I done? I've done it again.
Yeah, I've turned into a proper Yamaha fan.
Yeah, haven't you? Yeah. Any potholes in Oliots? UK government are ensuring us bikers go sideways on the straight bits. There were a couple actually, but they were quite back.
Yeah, we went properly off the beaten track. We had some areas where, I mean, let's just say that Bruce was a lot better prepared for those kind of roads than I was on my own.
Yeah, but in general, the roads are sort of billiard smooth, aren't they? Most of the time.
Yeah.
Big Kev, how you doing? Who else we got? Hello. No? Craig Shepherd. Now your wife is doing her bike license, have you thought of a good bike to learn on as she makes progress? Do you know what? I haven't. I'm not pushing it with Nikki because she'll make her own mind up to that. And I think she probably will do a big bike test. But like I said, we're getting a whole load of work done at the house at the moment. So once that's done, then she'll probably look at getting a bike, but certainly not before. Cool. Blimey, it's been a big flurry of questions. Sheesh. There we go. Right. I am Brew Freak. Good man. Hi guys. Thanks for much of the video banter. Bruce, have you got round to trying a KTM Super Adventure yet? No, mate. I've not yet, but I'm doing the RBLR 1000 in June. Me and my mate Mark are doing that. and it looks like, can't say for definite, but it looks like KTM are going to give us a loan of the Super Duke GT and the Super Adventure. So we'll get a good test of that. 1,000 miles, 24 hours, come rain or shine.
And he says, people keep giving me stuff.
Yeah, but I went out with the big begging bowl for
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah. Called in some favours.
Oh.
Oh God, we're going too far back. Sorry folks, stand by. We need a secretary for this, don't we? Or just a bigger screen. Flat Cat, film star, stay away from Harvey Weinstein beard, he's dodgy. Yes. Minion, I definitely in this game, just for my own enjoyment of riding the bike, meeting folk and showing folk my journeys. Good lad, that's the way to do it, Minion.
It's a good start, to be honest.
Yeah. David Smart, one thing that makes me turn off a bike vlogger is sound quality. You two and Richie, blimey, are the best ones I watch. Easy to understand and great sound. There are a few that are awful.
Cheers very much.
Yeah, thanks for that. I think a dead cat. Do you use the dead cat?
I don't, but I've got, my microphone is stuffed right inside the sponge of my cheek pad, so it's properly well insulated.
Yeah, just insulating it from the wind, that's the best thing. Plus, Richie Vida does some post work on his, when it comes to editing it. There are little tricks. Do you do anything?
I do, yeah. I think the secret there is that, me and Richie, we're both musicians, so we've done a bit of audio recording in the past, and we've done a bit of musical stuff and had some studio time. And you learn a few tricks that you can do to make your audio a bit clearer and stand out a bit more. I know Richie uses like high pass filters and all this sort of stuff. I literally just chuck a limiter on it. That's about it. Increase the gain. That's in a few areas. That's basically all I do. And then I have a big old dead cat on my mic tucked inside the helmet. Plus I have my beard as well, which, believe it or not, I do think the beard helps because it must do. It stops the wind coming up the chin area like that. Yeah. So I think that does help. I think a lot of it is, not a lot of it, but a sizable part of it is just blind luck as well. I've had helmets in the past which, no matter what I've tried, my very first helmet was an AGV S4 SV or something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but that thing was awful. No matter where I put the microphone, it was a complete shit show of sound. The wind got in everywhere. Yeah. Whereas the helmet I've got now seems like the whole mouth area is just a really quiet space. So yeah, it does kind of matter what you've got on your head as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. House of Grom, what is your most beloved, if you could only take one item, piece of kit? Not counting clothing, helmet, bike itself, and who makes the one you currently like best? Oh, my most beloved piece of kit. Do you know, for me, it's got to be the drone. I just think the drone is such a class bit of kit. When you're in a position to use it, it increases your creativity abilities 100-fold, because there's so many things that you can do with it. With the Mavic Pro thing, or the new one, the Mavic Air Pro Air, you can have it following you. Okay, it won't do high speed, but there's ways and means round about it. You can get some fantastic landscape shots. You can do opening shots, closing shots.
Lamb Chops has done some interesting stuff where he's actually used his drone to circle a test ride bike. Yeah. Instead of doing a walk around, he'll get the drone to fly around the bike, and you get this amazing, super smooth panning shot. Yeah, yeah. It's the point of interest, the auto flight modes that it has. There's a point of interest one that is. It's brilliant. Plus, you don't even need to fly it. You can just use it as a handhold gimbal. It's a 4K camera that will record in. It gets a bit technical, but it will record in D-logs, which means that you can do even more colour post-editing. And it's a gimbalized 4K camera, so it's a great bit of kit. Hello. What about yourself? I think I'm going to go completely to the other end of the technological scale and say the thing that I've always got in my tank bag is literally this battery pack. This thing, it's got enough juice in it that my phone has always got power, my camera's always got power. And it just, yeah, it's always there, and it's always at least half full. It
Yeah.
seems.
What's the most valuable ride? No. What is most beloved? There
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Right. Headhunter, what's the most valuable riding skill you've learned for quick and safe progress? For me, it was doing the police driving course, so roadcraft. If you get the chance to read roadcraft, you've got to be pretty bored to do it, but read roadcraft and then do a bike safe day. It's just the ability to read the road, you know, so if you're coming up to a right hand bend, you position yourself as far left as you possibly can to see around that right hand bend. Reading the vanishing points on the road, lifting your vision a little bit and reading the road furniture, like the tree line, where the telegraph pole's going. That can all give you an idea as to, you know, what happens after the road goes round to the right and you can't see where it's going. You know, can you see the road going up, coming down? Does it come back on yourself? Just observation, basically. I would say that was the best skill, if you like, that I learnt.
yeah, yeah. No, I'd say the same thing, and and to do with the same stuff. Just kind of, it sounds silly, but talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself about what's going on. Tell yourself, right, there's a car coming out of that junction. Has he seen me? There's a cyclist on the pavement over there. Is he going to jump off and try and cross the road?
Yeah.
And by talking to yourself, you're kind of imagining, right, this could happen. This guy could pull out. That guy could jump in front of me. That bridge could fall on my head. And when you say these things in your head, you imagine it could happen, and you're prepared if it does.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Have you been to the Nürburgring yet? Would love to see a vlog of a lap.
I would as
I'm
well.
a freak. Yeah, I've done the Nürburgring years ago. Back in 2011, I did that on my jigsaw. But I would love to take the beam around it, definitely.
It's on my list as well, and
Yeah.
hopefully at some point this year, if I can make it happen.
That'll be
I
pretty
think the
mega.
Yamaha could be a lot of fun, maybe a bit of a dangerous handful, but yeah, I'd like to make it happen.
Right, where are we? Cool, we missed a whole load. Following on from house grown.
Any piece of kit everyone suggests, but you dislike it?
4K cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. You know, it's at the moment it seems to be the be all and end all, but
Yeah, it's a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a massive headache.
editing is just a pain. Are you aware of Harvey two-wheel review on his way to Cape Town? Nope. No, I've not. I'll check that out. Harvey two-wheel review. Right, okay. We'll
It's
check
on the
that out.
radar.
Chris Skinner, Bruce, how does the rally compare to the triple black you had last year? Is there much difference in the two bikes? There is a wee bit, yeah. The suspension on the rally is fully auto. On the triple black, you had the option of, you could set it, you've got your different ride modes. So, you know, you've got your rain, your road, your enduro and your dynamic. Then with suspension, you could set it for one rider, a rider and luggage, a rider and pillion, and I think a rider pillion and luggage. And that would, you know, stiffen it up depending on how much you had. The new one is fully automatic, so you basically tell it what mode you want, so dynamic, and do you want dynamic suspension or do you want rain suspension? So you tell it which one, and it automatically self-levels, and it will look at how fast you're riding, how bumpy the terrain is that you're going over, and it constantly adapts to that. And to me, it just feels a little bit squishier than the triple black did. It doesn't feel as firm. Not horrendous, but it just doesn't feel quite as stiff as a triple black. And I think Helga, well, she's down. Although the figures are better than the triple black one, she's got, I think, one more brake horsepower and a bit more torque. She's definitely not as quick, I don't think.
It seemed pretty quick today.
Where's the questions gone? Taking me 4 to 5 minutes to figure out how to comment on iPad live chat. Good evening, guys.
Right,
how you doing, Brian? All right, pal? What we got here? Minion. Agree with you there, Bruce. Also haven't done the course. Roadcrafts and yeah, it does, mate. Yeah, definitely. If you get the chance, if you're not police or emergency services and you're not driver trained through them, honestly, do something like a bike safe day. Really, it just opens your eyes.
And when you start to think more about roadcraft and thinking about what's planning ahead, you start to magically realise that suddenly less cars are pulling out in front of you, and less near misses are occurring. And it's not coincidence. It's because you're more prepared. You're avoiding them before they've even happened.
Yeah. Oatcake, how do you manage to chat so much in a vlog? I have problems just doing the one thing right.
I tend to ride for like 24 hours straight and then cut it together to make it seem like I've been talking for ages, but there's actually shed load of time.
I do that. Yeah, I find myself now, nearly, I sort of talk in a rhythm. So I'll say a few things and then I'll leave a big long pause, maybe a couple of minutes, and then I'll carry on the conversation. And when it comes to the edit, I'm giving away my secrets here. When it comes to the edit, I can just cut them all together. I just cut it all together, and that keeps it flowing, because not only is the conversation continuing and developing, but people are subconsciously seeing that the scenery all round about, the journey is progressing, and it's not progressing over the course of a minute. It's progressing in that minute that you've watched. That's maybe half an hour of the journey, so there's a lot more for people to see that way. I've probably just absolutely given away everything I do.
This is pointless. Let's carry on.
I know. Yeah, my channel's dead now. Never mind.
I do the same thing. So yeah, just try and, exactly like you said, just talk a bit, give it a break. Just let the subject you're talking about breathe a little bit in between sentences.
The Overlander. Hi guys, Bruce, did you get a new cat visor? Visor cat? Yes, mate, I did. Thank you very much. They very kindly sent me a new one. It's a godsend. I keep saying this to everybody. 35 quid. I know it's a lot of money, but honestly, get one, try it. You won't ride without one.
His visor was very clean and shiny this morning, and the roads were pretty damp when we started out.
Exactly. Right, well, that is us. Over an hour we've been waffling. Thank you very much to the 60 odd of you who've spent the evening with us. Thank you very much. Very nice to see you.
Caught most of it with the freezes and the moments.
Really sorry if the quality's not been great. I do apologise, but we are literally sat in a reception of a hotel here. Thank you very much for coming along. Please check out Andy's channel, Andy Man Cam.
Thank you very much.
No problems. Thank you very much for your hospitality here. It's been really enjoyable.
It's been an absolute pleasure. It really has, mate.
Excellent. I've really enjoyed it, man. So hopefully we'll be able to return the favour and get yourself back over.
Back in the homeland.
We'll head up to God's country.
Yeah.
As always, thank you very much to everyone that's been supporting the channel over on Patreon. I really do appreciate that. You are making trips like this, much more of a reality.
Exactly the same sentiment for me. Thanks so much for everything.
It really is a massive help, folks. Everyone that's subscribed and leaves the comments and the thumbs up, even the thumbs down, they all help as well, but I'd rather have the thumbs up.
And you're going to hell.
Yeah, exactly. You will go to hell, yeah. But thanks very much, folks. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Keep on doing what you're doing, and remember, get out there and live your life.